Two goblins.
Hello,
Hello,
I'm Marshall,
I'm Lilly.
and this is our very first video. Are we gnoblins?
You know, I checked. I think I am a gnoblin, actually. It's on my birth certificate.
It's on your birth certificate?
Yeah.
That's pretty surprising. So I don't think I was born a gnoblin, but I was adopted as one.
Oh no, I've always been a gnoblin.
That makes sense. So our first video is going to be basically is going to be in a series on the game Pillars of Eternity. Have you played this game before, Ben?
I haven't. I know the music quite well, and I've seen like a little bit of playthrough of like Deadfire, but I've never played it. Pillars of Eternity.
Yeah. I've played a little bit, but I haven't ever gotten past a certain part. So I'm excited to get into it. The way we're going to do this is not just going to be a regular let's play. It is to some extent. We're still going to have fun, play the game, make our own choices. But one of the themes of this is that we're both DMs and players in D&D players and DMs, and we want to go through the game and sort of look at the themes in this game that we can use in our own games. Look at the mechanics that we can use in our own games. Look at ideas, characters, monsters, combat encounters, things that we can pull from an isometric D&D based RPG, essentially, and applied back into the realm of D&D. Anything you'd like to add, babe?
We're stealing and thieving for profit.
We're non-profit though. Oh, but we're
profiting from the praise of our players.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Well, and we robbed them, so.
Yeah, I charge all of my players a $500 session fee, so.
Nice. You don't charge me?
Oh, it's because I'm constantly stealing from you. I'm filtering money out of your bank account as we speak.
Yeah.
So it would just seem a bit much to also ask for that $500 from you, so.
Well, for sure, but that's shady. Okay, let's get started. So I think we already discussed this. We can do story time, easy, normal, hard, or Path of the Damned. And I think we're gonna do normal.
Yep.
And we're gonna leave these two off because who needs them? The artwork in this game, I think, really is a crucial part of it.
Mm-hmm. I'm just a big fan of the music.
Yeah,
it's so nice.
We both use this music in our games.
Mm-hmm.
In our D&D games.
This loading screen makes me feel like the game has crashed.
Well, I think it kind of has crashed.
Yeah, I can see the frame rate.
You can see.
It says 43, 46. Yikes.
Low key, it has crashed a little bit.
It'll fix itself.
How is it recording at a higher frame rate than the video is? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. How old is this game?
I think it was.
Oh no! Oh no!
We're back.
Okay.
Grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
But yeah, actually in my campaign also, babe, The thing that blocked the path wasn't a tree. It was that a wheel broke. I don't know if you remember that.
Didn't we? The cart like fell into a ditch or something. And
Yeah,
the
a wheel
broke off?
broke in the ditch. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're referring to a campaign I ran a while ago. Okay. And to answer your question, I think the game came out in 2014. I might be wrong. That's my initial guess. Let's get into character creation.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So Lily, I believe that you have a certain fondness for creating characters.
It's my favorite part of any game. I don't know why. I'll spend like 3 hours in the Sims 4 character creator.
Jeez, that's a lot. That especially in Sims, like, I don't know. I don't think I would spend that much time.
Sims 4, you can do a lot.
No doubt.
You can like mess with the bones.
The bones. You can mess with the bones in this game. I'm just kidding. You cannot. Actually, the avatar in this game is because you see your character from so far away that there's not a lot of focus on the actual visual aspects of your character. This is one of the only times we'll see them this up close. This game gives sort of a narrative weight to each of your choices, even sex. So I think we'll read these and then we'll choose which we think we like. The place of men in society varies from culture to culture. Cultures like Adir and the Deerwood place them at the forefront of military, politics, and heavy labor. Among the tribes of the Nasi Tak, men perform many of the homesteading and organizational duties. In Irglanfath and Examital, men and women have more fluid social roles. In all societies, there are exceptions to the rule, and men can be found in a wide variety of stations and professions. So I think we're gonna take turns reading dialogue, right?
Okay.
I think that's a good idea. So why don't you read the female one?
Okay. A woman's role in Eora is largely dependent on where she is from. In the Adir Empire... Hold up. Did you steal a Giri in your campaign from Adir? Because it sounds very similar.
Maybe.
Oh my gosh, you thief. Alien republics and the Deerwood, women occupy many domestic, educational, and organizational roles. They're the primary hunters, soldiers, and leaders of the tribe of Nasitak in Ir Glanfalth and Examitil? Is that what it?
I think it's Examitil.
Examitil. Women and men have more fluid social roles. In all societies, there are exceptions to the rule, and women can be found in a wide variety of stations and professions.
So I like the way they do this. They're like, okay, we're going to give some difference to these two, but we're going to balance it out, and it's not just like a big patriarchy or a big matriarchy across the entire planet. So I think you said before this that you were thinking of us having a lady.
I mean, I don't have a strong preference either way, but I'm always a fan of a big, strong fighter lady.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it. You want to be a fighter?
Well, not necessarily fighter, but big, strong lady.
Okay, so it has to be big. Even if she casts magic, it's going to be big and strong.
She's got to be a buff lady.
Gotcha. Aumaua?
Ooh, they look cool.
Yeah.
The mighty Amawa are the largest of the Kith races. You also stole Kith. You thieving man.
Yeah,
I thought you made that up.
No, I stole that. I stole that good.
And they're commonly found in or near oceans, though not truly aquatic. They have an affinity for water, and many of their civilizations, such as the Rautai, are based on naval dominance. They are known for their unparalleled strength. Nice.
So are you upset that I've stolen so much?
No, I just... it's a lot more than I was expecting.
They get 2 might. Dwarf! Oh, look! So small. So small. Godlike. Woo!
Wow.
Woo.
Okay.
Big vibes.
Yeah. Dang.
So, who are we thinking here? Do we want to think in terms of stats, or do we want to just pick the one that's coolest?
I kind of like going with ones that are coolest. I don't know. I liked the Amua.
Big lady. This is a big lady.
She is a big lady.
Look at how much bigger.
I know. I do like the Amua. I have a soft spot for the small, so the Orlin appeals to me, and the Godlike just seems cool. So I'm conflicted. What do you think?
Ah, man, I don't know. So I actually wonder something about the godlike. Oh wow, yeah, they have different types. I don't know. I think that definitely the Aomawa, big vibes coming. Did you say you like the little vibes though?
I don't know. I just have a soft spot for the small from the Orlan.
A little small Orlan.
Yeah.
Orlans are cute. I don't know. What do you think? My only thing with the godlike, it's like it's gonna draw a lot of attention.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's stick to our guns. We said we were gonna go big lady. Let's go big lady.
Big. Okay. So we'll remind ourselves that they have +2 to might. We can be coastal Aomawa. Viewed as a warlike race, the coastal Aomawa live in a mainland region along the coast of the northern hemisphere. Lands they conquered by pushing Theurton, meadowfolk, Natlan, savanna folk, and Orlan communities out. Their culture is more centralized and urban than their island cousins, though both groups are involved in seafaring. Coastal Aomawa are very rare in the Deerwood, but those that do not make the journey usually do so as mercenaries, bodyguards, or soldiers. Now, they have a towering physique. Coastal Aomawa gain bonus to defend against prone and stun effects. Now, before you read the Island Aomawa, I'll bring up, I've brought up recently that I think in D&D, adding culture to class or ethnicity culture to race or ethnicity to race is a nice addition, I think. I got that idea from this game once again.
Nice.
I think that, because, I mean, in this it's a sub-race, but it, oh wait, no, there's culture later on.
There's a culture tab.
No, this is sub-race. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm getting confused. Island.
Ooh, those look cool.
Yeah. Are you gonna read it?
Yeah. Island Aomawa are originated in the Deadfire Archipelago. Archipelago, tomato. I didn't come here for you to judge my wordage. The Deadfire Archipelago, 1,000 miles south of the Valian Republics. While physiologically similar to their coastal cousins, the coloration of Island Aomawa is starkly different, brown and yellow contrasting the coastal's blue and green. Though still uncommon in the Direwood and surrounding environments, Island Aomawa are more commonly encountered there than coastal Aomawa, who are quite rare. When they are encountered around the Direwood, they are often laborers, fishermen, or sailor. Armed to the teeth. All Island Aomawa gain an additional weapon set.
Ooh, I don't know what that means, but it sounds pretty cool. God, I don't know. This is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like the idea of coming from a far away.
Warrior.
I mean, one cool thing is the next game is Deadfire, right? The next game's set in the Deadfire Archipelago, so maybe we should pick Island Aomawa to, embrace that. I don't know.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay. And I like the arm to the teeth. That just sounds interesting.
Yeah. What's a cipher?
Is
that like a mage?
A recent discovery in the Eastern Reach. Ciphers were once called, oh my god, the words in this game. Brishalgvin. So, I mean, what are you feeling?
I mean, we're just going
big lady.
Yeah, if we're just going on based alone, I feel like Barbarian looks pretty good.
Yeah? Just want to
I feel like
be a
it
big
fits.
lady?
Big. Swole. Brutes, madmen's, berserkers. Those Those city-dwelling people often use the term barbarian with a dose of disrespect. These rural warriors are respected by their communities for their ferocity and fearsome presence on the battlefield. Barbarians have a special, almost religious role in some cultures, but in many places, the undisciplined, fearless type of the barbarian is simply how warriors conduct themselves.
Their starting ability is Carnage. When barbarians hit with melee attacks, they automatically make reduced damage attacks at all other enemies within a short distance of the target.
That's cool.
So +2 to athletics, +1 to survival. Very high endurance, very high health, very high or average accuracy, low deflection.
I like barbarian. How do you feel about it?
I'm a little confused. So the barbarians are making their enemies do less damage?
No, it's so when you hit, if there are other enemies nearby, you automatically make attacks that deal a little bit less damage to those nearby enemies.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sold. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, we get to pick abilities.
Frenzy and Barbaric Yell.
Wait. Oh, I think we just get to pick one? Yeah, we just get to pick one, so... Frenzy sends the Barbarian into a frenzied state, granting a might, constitution, and attack speed bonus, but causing a deflection penalty against incoming attacks. While the Barbarian's frenzy is active, his or her endurance and health are concealed. 1 per encounter, speed average, affects user plus 4 might, plus 4 constitution, plus 33 attack speed, or 33%, minus 10 deflection, health and endurance concealed for 12 seconds. Concealed? Ooh. So we literally don't know how healthy our Barbarian is.
Oh, that's kind of scary.
While they're frenzied. We just go in and fucking, it's kind of crazy. That's wild. That seems like a big number. Big. It's big. Why don't you tell us what a Barbaric Yell is?
Lets out a terrifying yell, frightening enemies in the area of effect. Yeah, so it's basically just the frightened effect for a little bit. Pretty cool.
Yeah, 12 seconds, and it's like a will save. And 2 per encounter. What is this one? 1 per encounter. I don't know. I think Frenzy is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Probably can
Which one do you
do
prefer?
a lot of damage in that. I like both of them. I don't think I have a real strong leaning towards either of them. If you really like Frenzy, I'm fine with Frenzy.
I'm leaning towards Frenzy, so.
Let's do it.
Okay, so here we have our stats. I think these numbers mean something. Presumably this means it really wants us to put... I think it's suggesting that we put most of our stuff into Might and Constitution. Dexterity and Intellect are kind of important, and Perception and Resolve are kind of like our dump stats. I think that's what this kind of means.
Okay. And we have 15
How
points.
high can we raise a stat? 20. Okay. Oh, cool. Oh. Of course, because we have +2 Might.
Yeah.
Which means at the lowest... What... so a stat can be 3, but we can only reduce our might to 5 at the lowest because we have a +2 to it.
Cool.
That's cool. Okay. Because of the way you can kind of change around stats, your pluses and minuses at character creation don't mean like a ton.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's not like a huge deal. It would just mean like your max is lowered a little.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming, wait. Oh, yeah, wait. Okay, so your max is increased, though, as a result.
Oh, okay.
The native max is 18. Okay, so it does matter. What do we want our... I'm thinking we have 15 points. Do we want to, like, reduce Perception or Resolve at all?
How far can we get without reducing them?
Oh, we can see what it does. See on the right, it like shows us how bad it gets.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty rough. How far can we get without reducing them?
Well, I feel like we want... So, Perception deals with accuracy. I feel like we want a decent accuracy, so maybe not dump that one too much.
Crush it. We don't want to just be mind wiped by people.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's we want to be big though. So how about we take might up to 16?
Okay.
And we want to be big, so con up to 16.
Okay.
And then
We got 5 points left.
we can put 2 into Dex, 2 into Intellect.
Okay. And we've got 1 left. I'll just drop it in Perception.
You want to put 1 into here?
Sure.
Or would we rather make Dexterity or Intellect a little better? I feel like Dexterity would be the one to go. Action, speed, and reflex.
Yeah, alright. Let's increase Dex.
Okay. You like these?
Yeah.
Big?
Big.
Yeah. Okay, so here are the cultures. This is the part I was talking about that I like. So, my first... Do we want to be from a place other than the Deadfire Archipelago? Do we want to be born in a different land, or do we want to be native to our racial homeland?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like that's where they're generally from. I'm fine being from the Deadfire.
So, consisting of the nation of Nasi Talk, dozens of Aumaua settlements, and hundreds of lawless, pirate-infested islands that stretch along the southern sea, Deadfire is home to boreal dwarves, Aumaua, and a mixed variety of other races. Deadfire Archipelago is the last stop for anyone headed east. A multitude of monstrous sea creatures infest the ocean beyond, making travel virtually impossible. Okay.
Dang.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
I like it. And it increased our dex too.
Oh, it did. Oh,
Which is nice.
I didn't notice that. Oh, okay, excellent. And then we have a background. So, aristocrat, drifter, explorer, hunter, laborer, mercenary, merchant, raider, slave. What do you think our barbarian was?
Kind of feeling raider. What do you think? You've spent your life on the wrong side of the law. What you want, you take, and what is theirs has a tendency to become yours.
So we're a bit of a bit of an asshole. +1 stealth, +1 athletics.
I would say maybe either that or like hunter.
By the way, I don't think there's that many skills in this game. There's really not that many. Hunter, you live for the thrill of the chase, whether for glory or for sustenance. You have made your living taking the lives of wild creatures, stealth and survival. I mean, athletics seems like it's probably really good to have for a meat man like we are, meat woman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool being a raider. We
Cool.
can decide if we've. I mean, we're from the archipelago, so apparently it's real rough down there.
Full of pirates.
Yeah, we can decide whether we've changed our ways later, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is your favorite part. There's a lot of portraits.
Yeah.
We should
99.
just use these for D&D.
I think I've seen some of them.
I mean, these would work. I love this for a mutant. This is great.
Yeah.
Let's make this our portrait. My name is Fernsby. Okay. That's good. Next. Oh, voice. Okay.
Yes.
Ooh.
I shall lead us.
A little too.
Let's go.
Ooh, yeah.
My
That one?
eyes are peeled. Eh?
Yeah.
Now I am leader of the group. Bring them down!
Shh. Yes? Follow me. Let's go. Nice and slow. Yeah? Watch and learn.
Whoa!
Quick and quiet. Yeah? I'll lead the way.
Okay, so for our character that we're building, I like feisty, stoic, and cocky.
Yeah, I think I liked feisty the most.
Let's go. Quickly and quietly. I've got this.
You'd better run!
Nice and slow.
You like feisty the most?
I've got
Yeah.
this.
Okay. What do you want our name to be?
This is the hardest
Oh,
part.
we should have thought of this beforehand. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with us?
Bruce Lee.
Big energy.
Big Amy.
Big Amy. Theek.
What about Arya?
Arya. Like that?
Yeah.
That could work in honor of the little actress girl from the show Love.
She was pretty fierce.
Yeah, she's pretty fierce. If you guys haven't
I
seen
like
the
it.
show Love, you should check it out. Very good show.
Very good.
This isn't a paid
That show.
promotion.
I wish.
I wish, yeah. Although, wouldn't make sense as a paid promotion because that show is no longer on.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Netflix could maybe want to get people to watch an old show that they made. Oh, we're in!
Nice.
The caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you are planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods towards a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody
Seems a
stays
little
put.
racist.
In the morning, we'll get the path clear. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
He's probably pretty racist. At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks you
Touch
over.
of the rumbling
Definitely
rock,
racist.
could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine.
Oh no,
once
he's
it
frowning
passes
about
your
we're
innards.
being sick.
Unless you don't
right,
drink
right.
water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry.
He
About
likes
the
it.
size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water.
This guy knows his forageables.
You
I
gotta,
only
as a
want to
caravan
hunt before
master.
it gets much darker. But see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
He said that, looking over his shoulder at his assistant, a lanky, intense man named Sparfle, who carries an old sun-bleached bow. And he nodded in our direction as he said it. And Sparfle nodded and slided the worn bow over his shoulder. So why don't you take on from here? What do we want to say, though?
Should I find the berries? What are those ruins? Is it
Actually, I'll
dangerous
just
out
let you
there?
choose. You just say what you want to say, and I'll click it.
Okay. I mean, we should probably get the berries if we're feeling sick. Where would I find these berries?
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
Oh, I think we can ask multiple questions.
Oh, yeah. No, that makes sense.
Might as well just go through all of them.
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build 'em, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch 'em like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear.
He adds with a wink. Who
Nice.
did build the ruins?
Got different names for 'em. Settlers called 'em Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Is it dangerous out there?
Not if you hurry about your business, and not if the weather holds up.
There's a concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate. What kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beowick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never care to.
What are these huge rocks coming out of the ground?
They don't got Audra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this.
You are
Goes
such
deep
a
like tree
thief.
roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories.
Why don't you tell the audience what Audra is?
So Marshall's world that 2 campaigns now have been set in, and probably many more to come in the future, is called Audra. And the continent we play on is called Audra Majoris and Audra Minoris, respectively. I wondered so long how you came up with that name. I agonized for hours trying to figure out a name for my world. And you stole it from a game, and it's just a rock.
It's just, they're rocks.
Oh my gosh.
They're really important rocks.
Yeah, okay. You're such a thieving thievery.
I'm a thief. I'm a thief. That's what I am. But yeah.
It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
Soul butchers. That sounds
Spooky.
ominous. Yeah, spooky.
Let's go find
Well-
those berries.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armored-clad woman who spent the journey nights sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up on her own time.
Oh, you need to read it. Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
I don't know if I can do his voice. She needs to find some spring berries. Watch she don't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her, you're in good hands. And
like
I
her.
pay too well, if anything. Off with you.
Nice.
Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
Let's find some berries.
Yeah. Oh man, lots of tutorials. Oh god, I'm gonna ignore them all.
Sure.
So, this is us.
I like our guide. She's nice.
Yeah, she's much more well dressed than we are. We're a literal goddamn just like tree person.
We're an island person.
We
Anyone
are.
need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
Hey,
Sundries, you say?
fun fact: a lot of the characters in this game are are voiced by the Critical Role people.
Yeah, I know that.
So Hiodan, I think, is voiced by that one guy. I can't think of his name, but one of the Critical Role people.
Liam, I think.
You see a man wearing simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear in the seam of his tunic.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
He says as he shakes his head and laughs when he notices you. He scratches one cheek with his knuckles. It's covered with uneven stubble, as if he hasn't quite gotten used to shaving on the road.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Let's see what... now, who are you?
I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
He said, grinning ruefully at his wagon. If you think these caravanners are prickly, watch out for those axe wielders O'Dama mentioned. I'm not sure if those axe wielders look any different than our character.
I'm pretty sure we're like the same people.
I think so. He laughs. That's excellent advice indeed.
Something else you need? Looks like we're settled for the night.
So yeah, I don't think they were able to record voice lines for everyone, or record every line of dialogue, because they have more dialogue than they could afford voice acting time sometimes. Tell me about your empire.
It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Raed Ceres and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire, a fact our companions are quick to remind me of.
He gives you a lopsided grin and nods at the other scattered caravaneers. Why'd you move all the way out here?
Because it seemed friendlier than Raed Ceres? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
Shrugging. Deerwood is a former Aediri colony, so it seemed like a good place to start. And as much as I admire the Red Saren's work ethic, they've always struck me as a little fanatical. Seems like you got the short end of the stick. I don't see it that way. Heodan begins restacking the crates in his wagon. My brothers and I are all working together for the sake of the family enterprise. I guess we can look at what he's got, but I doubt we can really afford anything.
Do we have money?
We have 100 copper pieces.
Oh, nice. Wait, do we not have weapons?
I think we do. I think they're equipped. Well,
Oh, okay.
it's maybe a good thing to investigate. Inventory. We do.
Oh,
we have
okay.
a greatsword.
Cool.
And we have hide armor. And that's it.
Cool.
And also a giant miniature space piglet.
What? It's our pet.
Yep. So I think that this is like a bonus you get for getting the game. I don't know, like when I bought the game.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
I love him.
You
I
want to
love
keep him?
him. Yes, I love him. Let's name him Quincy.
Quincy the space piglet.
Yep.
It's pretty weird.
I love him.
I love how our new friend here isn't freaking out at all about our fucking space piglet.
Look, he's rooting around. Oh god, he's so cute.
He is. He just does his own thing.
Quincy boy, let's find some berries.
Oh, Quince. Ooh, is this a... Were we told about this sort of destroyed bridge? Oh no, I don't think that's destroyed.
So.
I think that's... Oh, this is a working bridge.
I think that's just like an overpass thing.
Where the hell is that berry?
They're on bushes.
Were
In
we given
clearings.
enough-
He said they were on bushes.
Was it,
There's a bush.
Is it where?
To the right of... I don't think there's berries on it. Oh, there's a deer.
Oh, deer. Oh. Oh.
Oh, that might be it.
Bad sign, any way you figure it. The corpse is cold to the touch, and ripe smell wafts from it in putrid waves.
Yikes.
A dark, crusted bloodstain besmirches its simple linen clothing. So a lot of these things will disappear quickly, but we have a log of everything that's been said down here.
Okay.
So you can always read down there if... I'll even expand it a little bit, like there. That's fine.
Okay.
Oh!
Are we
I
looting?
mean, we're not above
Oh.
that, I don't think.
No, we're a raider. Take some
We're
lockpicks.
we're a raider. We got better armor. Oh, that looks disgusting though.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
like
worth
that.
it.
No.
We gotta find gross armor somewhere.
Yeah, we need the aesthetic.
I hope we can find better gross armor. I'll be sad if we can't. Like, what if all the gross armor is terrible?
Maybe.
Do we just be terrible, or do we?
Maybe we can just find some cooler looking armor, like maybe some chainmail.
Yeah, that just looks so like poncy. So like, oh, look at me. Fucking Quincy is the man.
Yeah, look at him. The little champ.
Flying.
Keeping pace.
He is. I love him. He's my favorite.
Is that something?
Let's
Getting up
check by those outcroppings.
Oh, I
Oh.
think. Oh.
Oh, it's a wolf.
Combat. Well, we've been recording a while now, so I decided in my head that I thought it'd be a good place to end once we get into combat. So, for the cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Indeed.
next time on a series in which we do not know the name of yet, we will fight this wolf.
Two goblins fuff around in a game for half an hour.
That's a pretty. We'll workshop that. We'll workshop that name. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.